Yeah, okay. Let's see, jump through some things here for you. And these are all the types of water, and well, I guess types of water is a big idea um, that we're going to get into here. You had asked about heavy water, which I was not aware of, but let's just start at the beginning. And I don't know, obviously, there's not an answer here because I don't necessarily know what you're asking. But let's start over here. You've got Brahma, which is the proton, which is electricity. You've got Vishnu, which is the neutron, which is kind of what we're talking about when you talk about heavy water. And then you've got Shiva, the electron, which is magnetism. So those are the three. So the neutron, which is in heavy water, which is D2O, Deuterium. And then you have Tritium, or Tritium water, which is nuclear water. Let me start here by saying what people think nuclear is, or nuclear, or however you want to say it. It might not be what anyone has supposed it is. Don't drink the nuclear water. Don't. They always talk. Is it really going on? Because I've seen quite a few videos of someone that said things are radioactivity and nuclear kind of bind together. And this guy that supposedly had built nuclear factories, basically saying that they're not what you think they are. He would consume this thing every day. He'd consume radioactive material. I wish I could find the video. You could probably look it up, but it's from probably the early 2000s. So, anyways, what we think of as nuclear or radioactive is much different than what we've been what has been espoused to us. Okay, let's get to this. You asked about D2O, and there's also DDW, which is light water, which is the opposite of heavy water, which would mean lighter than regular water, getting rid of deuterium. And I don't know, I hadn't done too much research on that, but I do know about easy water, which is interesting because there's a negative charge to that, and that's H3O2. There's hydrogen peroxide, which we all know is an oxygenator for the blood, and it helps to rid the body of things it doesn't need. And then we got normal water as H2O. So we've got extra oxygen, hydrogen peroxide. We've got extra hydrogen and extra oxygen easy water, which is the fourth phase of water via Gerald Pollack's work. And then we have what you'd call megahydrate. Patrick Flanagan. If you don't know who Patrick Flanagan is, look up his work on megahydrate, and he does a video of him talking about stars imploding and the basis of hydrogen, the hydrogen universe, and using negatively ionized hydrogen to create immortality, basically. All breaking down to what is called telomeres. So look up these words. And as you get into like the Incredible Hulk and why he was green, and what else is glowing. We look into different plant life. We look into like think of it this way. In the bottom of the ocean, there's obviously heavier water than in the top of the ocean. Why is it down there? Because it's heavier. It's the density of the water. It's the buoyancy of what's going on. It's heavier down there. There's another phase of water in the depths of the ocean, it said. So no matter where we are, we're kind of surrounded with what we'd call water. But then we have to define what water is. Yeah, certainly we can see there's a differentiation of where the surface of the water is in a pond and where we are. But you can't see that if you're inside of water. You can't tell the degree of which something is wet, or something. What makes something wet? Is it the hydrogen? Is hydrogen the wet thing? And what does that deal with? Does that deal with plasma? So think of the movie Cocoon. There you go. So here, this is just a few types of water. You can give me a little more to this. I just kind of woke up, and yesterday I'd taken a few substances, and I got a little bit of a hangover from it. So I'm gonna consume a little bit of water. I don't know, probably hydrogen peroxide water, and see if I can't clean up my brain a little bit. And I'll look a little deeper into this heavy water and see if you know anything about tritium water and why they say don't consume it. When I hear someone say don't consume something, I'm like, I think we should all be consuming that. I think they tell you don't consume that because it will probably do something magical to you. So I would say, especially when you get into the word tritium, tritium comes from the trident, or the tri, right? There's the three, or the triune, or the what I think would be the connection between Pluto and Mercury. And considering Hermes is connected to Mercury, and my connection to Mercury myself, being a Geministic sun-moon, that dual pulse system, and the connection to what Pluto gives you that another. I was going to do a whole presentation on that today, but you had asked about this, so I figured I'd get into this first. So, which again, if we go farther, if I just take another step with this idea of Mercury is this really interesting liquid that's silver plasma. I think of Silver Surfer. And mercury is used inside of a thermometer. It's a very unique substance, obviously. So just continue on. Add to this. Let me know what you were thinking about it, and which direction to head with this, and what else you wanted to know. And I'll get back to you. Hope this was fun. I don't know what you're asking for, so let me know. Peace.